I used to count down the days to every major release. Eventually, it was just the excitement, the anticipation of the new release that kept me going. I wasn't playing games anymore. I was chasing the feeling of wanting to play. I didn't stop chasing big games because they got worse. I stopped because the chase itself rewired how I experienced the games. The problem wasn't really with the games, it was my mindset. In this video, I want to talk about how hype cycles can manipulate desire, how gaming culture pressures us to stay caught up, the emotional cost, and how finally stepping away can change everything. The cycle always seems to run the same course. Teaser trailer, speculation videos, things you missed, leaks, previews, influencer hands-on, review embargo, and then launch day discourse. Each of these stages giving you a dopamine hit before you ever touch the game. Because of this, your brain starts associating excitement with anticipation, not actually playing the game itself. Your personal behaviors feed into this, making it worse. Maybe you're constantly refreshing Reddit threads for new info, watching 45-minute video breakdowns of a 30-second teaser. You feel more excitement from the trailer than you do the actual game. Then the emotional crash. Once the game releases, the fantasy collapses into reality. The imagined perfect game becomes a real flawed product, and the hype high evaporates instantly. The game you followed obsessively for months was abandoned after 2 or 3 sessions. I wasn't addicted to games, I was addicted to the promise of games. The what could be was more appealing than the what was. It's hard not to give in, not to become another hype-chasing YouTuber, because honestly, it's incredibly easy to do. And the payoff is, well, the numbers are there. I like to think I have more integrity than that. I'd learned it's better to talk about things you're interested in rather than something that would get views. The content's better and you feel better because you're being true to you. See, YouTube, or rather all social media, rewards you for being early, for being part of that launch week conversation. You're pressured to have an opinion now. There's an obligation to know what everyone is talking about. You're behind if you haven't played whatever the big one is right now. So you start to play games that you don't care about because you have to hit that first in line point. If you were here a year or so ago, that's what this channel was. I was chasing the conversation. I wasn't playing what I wanted to play. You know, it's not entirely our fault though, that we are prone to gravitate to these big titles. It's the way they're marketed. It's done in a way that drives us to them. Buzzwords, cinematic trailers, influencer campaigns, reskinned sequels framed as reinventions, minor graphical upgrades sold as paradigm shifts, open worlds being used as a synonym for bigger, though not always better. Companies invest millions into psychological tricks to sell you on a potential, not on a reality. Because reality is finite. It's what it is, and we can't change that. The Star Wars Total Conversion mod for Starfield, as good as that is, can't fix the boring bones of the game itself. That is reality. But potential, that's infinite. You fall in love with the idea of the game. The most immersive world ever created. Again. But you start to see the cracks over time. Why did they spend so much time talking about how many sandwiches you could stack in a room and not about the game's mechanics? That sort of thing. Hype dulls the present. When you always look forward, nothing feels satisfying. Playing games felt like a chore. Finish this one fast before the next one comes out. There's a loss of curiosity. You stop exploring, you stop experimenting, you stop wondering. You begin to compare every moment to the trailer. Why doesn't it look like it should? Why don't I feel like I did? Where are the puddle reflections? It's an old one for those of you who know. I was always wanting something else, something that was never going to come, and I missed out on great games in front of me. One day, I stopped. I stopped watching trailers. I stopped forcing myself to play new releases. I stopped caring about playing the newest, most popular title. I started letting myself drift back towards games that genuinely interested me. I started letting myself play games that were fun again. I started enjoying games again. I started playing my old favorites. Morrowind, Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy X. I ignored major releases and started playing what I wanted. I'd finally rediscovered my love for gaming. I found joy in smaller, stranger, more personal titles. Milk 1 and 2 come to mind. Sons of Saturn as well, which I'm planning on making a video on that here soon. I started finishing games again. I wanted to finish games again, to be part of these worlds that I had discovered or go back and relive the ones I'd loved. I felt curiosity return. I finally felt the sense of wonder that I had lost. I felt present again in the experience of gaming. Without the noise of hype, I could finally hear what I had been wanting, the experiences I had missed or had forgotten. I stopped chasing the next big thing and finally enjoyed the ones I had. The best game isn't the next one. It's the one that makes you feel something right now. Let me know down below what you think. Do you find yourself being burnt out on the constant push to play the next big thing? Did you manage to break through that and enjoy gaming again? Let me know what you think. Make sure to hit that like button, it helps immensely. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, but most importantly, thank you for watching.